Hello, there we go. Okay. Hey everyone. What do you think? Should we start? Do you think it's a good time to start? Yeah? Clap if you think we should start or if we should wait. Okay. So then we start. So, welcome. Oh, somebody lost their phone already. So I'm going to put this. Oh, okay. Oh, you got it. Good. All right. So we are here at ZK Hack Lisbon. It's been quite a journey to get here. I am so excited that you're all here. I am going to start it off as people arrive with a little bit of backstory about like ZK Hack in general, if you're not familiar. So ZK Hack, we started in 2021, late 2021, and so far it's been 3 online events. This is our first in person. It's been a number of like educational content productions that we've done. I don't know if you're familiar with like the ZK whiteboard sessions or the ZK Mesh newsletter, which is going out in 2 hours, by the way, if you haven't signed up for it. But yeah, over on ZK Hack, we're also often running study groups, like the Thaler Book Club, the whiteboard sessions. These are like weekly sessions where you can learn along with other people. If you are not in the Discord, please, wait, wrong one. Please join the Discord. This is our hub. This is where you get to meet other participants. This is how we're going to be communicating for this event. And if you're not familiar with the site, here's where you can find about previous events. Here's where you find the whiteboard sessions. Here's where you find the newsletter sign up, zkhack.dev. So do check that out. Sorry, I'm doing 2 screens at the same time, so I have a monitor. This is our Twitter. Okay, and this is the website where you can find out about like the schedule for workshops, and I'm assuming you've already seen it because that's possibly where you signed up. So this hackathon, it's the first time that we're doing an in-person event for ZK Hack. I mean, let me caveat that. We have done 2 parties, but those were like 2-hour events. This is like a long form. Obviously, we're going to be here for 3 days together. We have 150 hackers, we have 30 mentors and sponsors, and we have about 20 team members and volunteers. The goal is to experiment, to build, to learn, and meet fellow ZK enthusiasts. This is the first time we're running an event like this, and I know a lot of you have come through our 2 application forms, and you've seen like missing comms, and this is because this is the first time we do this. Every time we do events like this, the first is the hardest. Thank you for bearing with us, and thank you for being here. But it's going to be, I mean, we hope to turn this into a series where we'll do more of them. Yeah. So this is a little bit of inception here, but you are currently at the Academy of Science of Lisbon. I do want to share a little bit of like house rules. This room, I mean, it's kind of amazing. I don't know if you've looked around. These are all books. I'm very happy that we get to do our event in a venue like this, but obviously we're going to need to be respectful. They've asked that in this room and in the workshop room, which you'll see tomorrow, that there's no food or drink. And that also means like no water. You know, it's a bit, you know, of a shame, but like just keep that in mind. We have volunteers who will be around who will let you know that as well, but just be aware. There's no smoking on the premise. Do people still smoke? It's fine. Go outside. There's like a lovely kind of, maybe on the church steps or something like that. Some of the rooms will be closed also for the night. I believe this room closes at night, but other parts will be open. So this is the Wi-Fi, if you haven't already gotten on. It's quite fast, at least so far, which is good. I believe there are signs and stuff for this around, and again, we can put all of this information. I'll probably even share the entire deck in the Discord, so be sure to be there. All right, that again is the Discord. So what are the resources we have for you? You can, so on the Discord itself, you need to let us know that you're here because we have a secret channel dedicated just to this event. Obviously, in our space, we're going to have the mentors. Our team is always around if you need to ask some questions. you've been using DevFolio. That's the platform we're using for like the team creation and the project submissions. And it's a new product in a way. It's a product that's also developing itself, so I know there's been some hiccups, but we are using that. So if you need help, just ask one of the team members. There is also, like, in the Discord, there's I think it's called Learning Resources channel, and I think I'm gonna be adding more tools and libraries and things that we're finding. I know there was a Noir documentation that just came out and I shared it. So if you have tools or, you know, things that you're using, that would actually be a really good place to share if you wanna help other folks find them. So this is the team that put together ZK Hack Lisbon. I want to say a big thank you to everyone. I don't know if everyone's here, actually. Some folks might be downstairs, but Natalia, Kobe, who unfortunately is not here, but was very, very important in the idea creation. And actually, I should say this, Kobe and I created ZK Hack because of an idea that he had. So it was like, yeah, he's definitely a co-creator here. If he's watching, shout out to Kobe. Agnieszka, who did all of the logistics on this. Oh, she's back there. So yeah, thank you so much for putting this together. It's amazing. Me. There's Thor, who's gonna be doing a workshop like after this, well, after dinner, after this. There's Hector, who's been helping on marketing. DC Builder, who's been helping me with like application attendee stuff. And then Antek, who also unfortunately was not here for this event, hopefully is watching. He brought experience from having worked at ETH Warsaw. And so that really helped us to put this together. I think for a lot of us, this is the first time we do a hackathon. We've done lots of events, conferences, parties, but a hackathon is a different beast for sure. Okay, that's the website again, in case you need it. And now I want to go through our schedule. So you are currently, we're a little bit late, but we're not doing too bad. 6 o'clock, we started the opening ceremony. At 7, we have dinner downstairs in the, what do you call that? Arcade? Is that what it is? The what? Atrium? Yes. We'll be eating down there, and that is actually if you don't already have a team, this is a great time for you to meet your teammates or like, you know, share ideas, see if people want to join you. And then after that, Thor is going to be doing an intro to ZK Circuit programming workshop. I do want to say, if you know what you're building and you know the tool that you're building on and you've already done your homework on it, you can probably skip this. If you are still trying to onboard yourself, you want a little bit more guidance, this would be a really good workshop for you to attend. It's not meant for the entire audience, it's a little bit more intimate, so it is really like just for the folks who would need it. Okay. On Saturday, so these are the workshops. And I saw someone commented something like, how are we supposed to hack if there's like a full day of programming? That's totally fair. I would say the following. If you are here to learn and you start to build something and realize you cannot build anything, then maybe it would be worth it to check out all of these workshops. But I think the way we think about these, like each one of these workshops is from one of our partners. They're offering bounties. If you're using their tools or you're planning on doing a bounty, pick the ones or one that you really want to focus on and go to that workshop and spend the rest of the time hacking. This will be held in the workshop room, which is downstairs. There's signs. We'll show you where it is. But yeah, it's an amazing program. We have 5 like excellent workshops for you. So yeah, choose the ones you want, and then I guess, yeah, let us know which ones you like. Okay, the submission deadline, our plan is 10 a.m. Sunday. That's when submissions are due. We're then judging, so we will have judges, and they're gonna start judging at 11. Lunch is at 1, and then our goal is to actually do the closing ceremony and prizes afterwards. Oh, sorry, forgot to hit the other one. Sorry, that's what I just said, okay. Yes, this is the timeline. All of this is on the website, and we will share this in the Discord as well. Okay, so what can you do? You can hack on ZK tools, you could use ZK DSLs, you could build new products and showcase what ZK can do. And we have 2 kinds of prizes or competitions. We have the bounties from our partners, and actually, just after this, we're gonna have all of our partners come up to share those bounties with you. These tend to be tech-specific, so it'll be like their stack. But I think given the state of ZK right now, we realized like tools and being able to build things easily, we're just getting to the point where you can do that. And so, yeah, we kind of, this hackathon, I would say, is like, there's quite a strong emphasis on the bounties. There you'll have the mentors who can also help you walk through how to use their tech stack. But we do also do general prizes for this one. We're going to be awarding prizes to the top 3 teams. We're going to be judging all projects that obviously want to be included. If you've really just done a bounty and it's like very specific, you might not do the full judging. But if you have used those tools and you have a really compelling project, then you'll be in the general pool as well. Okay. So I now want to introduce, or I want to basically share with you something about our partners. All of these teams are actually going to come up and share 5 minutes. They're going to share like their workshop, their bounties. But I want to say a big thank you to these partners, Aleph Zero, Polygon, Risk Zero, Polkadot Treasury, and Moonbeam, as well as Sismo. Thank you so much for doing this event with us. Maybe we should clap. We couldn't have done it without you, for sure. Okay. We also have our based sponsors, Scroll and Jump. Who chose that? Thor? Yes. All right. And we have our community sponsors, ZK Validator, Aztec, 1KX, WorldCoin, and Snarkify. Thank you to all of the sponsors for coming on board for this very, first event. When we pitched this and shared it, we were like, we don't know what we're doing. Do you want to come along? And they did, and that's so cool that you did that. So thanks. Yeah. Okay. So now I would like to introduce each one of our partners. So Sabri from Risk Zero, if you can share a little bit about what you guys have planned. I'll leave the clicker here, and I think I'll pick a mic. Pick a mic. Let's see if this, they said it's going to take one.
Oh. There we go. I'd have to be loud. All right. Thank everybody out for coming out. It's been great. If you come from the US and this is your first day here, I'm sorry, but it's going to be fun, right? I'm Sabri Blackman, Risk Zero DevRel engineer. What is there to say about Risk Zero? Our pitch, we make ZK development easy, but we really mean that. We have a team of really talented, passionate engineers who are making developer experience and working on ZK app development just world class, which is, I'm excited to be here. It's like freaking amazing.
Cool.
Next slide. So tomorrow, we have a workshop, 10 o'clock, also going to be amazing. Pretty self-explanatory, but I think it'll also give you a really good overview and taste of what developing on ZKVM will be like, and how we're working on fulfilling that promise of making ZK development easy. So if you're interested in hacking on Risk Zero or anything that we're working on, definitely come check this out at 10 o'clock. Next slide. So we have 2 bounties. The first bounty, build an application using our ZKVM. 5,000 USDC split amongst the top 5 projects. If we get 3 and 3 are fantastic, then it's split. I think the top prize is 2,000, something like that. So the details are out there. We really want people to build on top of ZKVM, show us where the rough edges are, what did you like, what didn't you like, and also create something that's cool and has utility and has some longevity. Second bounty, serialization and crepe support. ZKVM is, we're working on Rust support. That's our priority at the moment. And so we're really interested in people building serialization libraries and building sort of the foundation required to build useful applications. And so that bounty is really focused on that. The split, same way, 5,000 USDC, up to 5 projects considered.
Cool.
That's pretty much it. If you have any questions, we'll be here. Look for the really cool Risk Zero t-shirt, and flag is down.
Yeah, and there is also a booth downstairs.
There is a booth.
So
we have swag and printouts of really cool ZK stuff. You should check it out.
Cool. Thank you.
Awesome.
All right, I have the clicker. Okay, next up, Quentin from Sismo. And actually, do you want to have control over this? I'm sorry, I should have given that to you. There you go.
Okay, so Sismo is a sovereign single sign-on. So basically, we have a main product, which is the Sismo Data Vault, that allows any user to import data inside it, Web2 or Web3. And you can leverage that data to share selectively and in a privacy-preserving way your data to apps. And you, developers, you can start using ZK Connect, integrating it to start to request user data using ZK Proof for reputation importation or access control. And you can verify the proof that the users have been generating in the Sismo Data Vault, either on-chain or off-chain. We just released the on-chain verification today. So you just have, for the front, the React package and the Solidity library on-chain for the smart contract. And you can request a lot of things, gate your services on-chain or off-chain, and we invite you to build on that. And you can even leverage the ZK proof that you received by minting, allowing users to mint a ZK badge. So yeah, that's basically it. And we have 4 bounties to work on Sismo. I invite you to go to build.sismo.io, which is the Notion page where you will find all the description about the bounties, all the tutorials. We have a great DevX on that. And we will even have a workshop on how to integrate ZK Connect tomorrow at 11 a.m. So yeah, we are really excited to see what you're gonna to build with us. Thanks, guys.
Cool, thank you. Here, do you want to just put that over there? So as we're saying this, and there's a really nice Notion doc that explains everything. And so in the Discord, we should add that. There's a section called bounties, and I want to add all the bounty information there for everyone to see, because this is obviously just a sample. Okay, next up, Hector. Hector from my team, from the ZKV team. We're actually going to present this. I don't know if you want to come up here. So this is a very interesting combination workshop. So this is supported by the Polkadot Treasury. The goal here is to use XCM, the Polkadot sort of inter-blockchain communication, in the context of Moonbeam. So this is actually a continuation of a project that we had started last year, a series all about it, and now we're kind of bringing the conclusion to the ZK Hack Lisbon, which is kind of cool. And yeah, do you want to share a bit about the workshop?
Yeah, so basically how Anna was saying, last year we did an event series with Moonbeam and Manta using XCM to create privacy apps on the Manta CK layer, and also using all the leverage and power of the Moonbeam EVM, all through XCM, which is, as Anna said, the cross-chain protocol that Polkadot uses. So in this workshop that you are going to enjoy tomorrow, we are going to present some use cases like private botting, also privatizing assets on Manta and sending them back to Moonbeam to create private applications there. So all of this is around the content of interoperability within the Polkadot ecosystem. And of course, using all, as we said, like all the tools that you have on Moonbeam and also on the Manta parachain.
It's privacy and ZK cross-chain that you can actually start to experiment with already, which is kind of cool. And there are some bounties. I don't know if you want to use.
Yeah. So there are 2 bounties. One is from the Moonbeam team. And the bounty from Moonbeam is focused, of course, like on building an app on the Moonbeam parachain that uses XCM to send stuff to Manta and back to Moonbeam again. That's 12,500 Glimmer, which is approximately 5,000 USD. And the second bounty is to build a privacy-focused use case based on the Manta SDK, which is the privacy-focused parachain on Polkadot. But also using XCM with other parachains. It could be Moonbeam, it can be other parachains, but once again, this is all in the context of all the interoperability tools that Polkadot put out for you to use.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks. So next up, I'd love to invite Gershta to the stage, who's going to share with us a little bit about what Polygon has planned. And Polygon is not like one monolith. There's many orgs within an org. I think we meet 2 of them through this event.
Yes.
Cool.
Thank you. So, yeah, from Polygon, we are bringing 2 ZK VMs to hackathon. So we've got ZK EVM from the Hermes team. This is an EVM equivalent ZK virtual machine. And then we've got the Maiden VM, which is optimized for Starks. We aim to be highly performant. And currently, because of that, we have our own Maiden assembly code that can be used. So, yeah. Thank you. Yes, so ZK EVM and Maiden VM, we will have our workshop tomorrow at 12 noon. We will talk more about the 2 VMs and be happy to answer questions for anybody who is working with them, show you how you can build things for them. And the first bounties for Maiden VM, we've got 1,500 Matic for improvements to the standard library. I know that is quite vague. I think there are some more specific suggestions, but essentially our standard library is written in Maiden assembly, and we currently support a number of different cryptographic hashes. We have U64, we have some U256 math. We'd love to see anything that really supports, that really improves the experience when coding in Maiden assembly. And the second bounty is to build something awesome with the Maiden VM. Anything interesting, cool, and new is exciting, and we'd love to see it. We actually have recursive verification is available as of today on the recursive verification branch in the Maiden VM repo. So if that excites you and you want to play with recursive verification, and the way you would do it is you first you prove a Maiden program, and then you take those outputs and you use our verify function from the standard library over those, and we'll be happy to talk to you more about how to do that. But if playing with recursive verification sounds exciting, we'd love to see that, and please talk to us. So for ZK EVM, they are looking for people to essentially audit and help improve the code. So it's 3,000 Matic for performance improvements to the ZK EVM smart contracts, and 3,000 Matic for performance improvements to the ZK EVM repo.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. I want to invite Adam to the stage, who will share a little bit about Aleph 0 with different slides.
Yeah, I thought everyone.
Oh, wait, actually, here. Grab this one.
Oh, sorry.
And
Can I
here,
have
grab
control?
this. Yes.
All right. Hey, so what we're doing is Shielder-related hackathon. Shielder is a primitive which basically anonymizes your coins. And the idea here is that we want to make it interoperable with any kind of smart contracts. So you should be able to use Shielder as your basic wallet and interact with any DeFi smart contract and get your tokens back to the Shielder without any additional actions from your side. It's built using ArcWorks and Graph16 proof system, and we are working on MPC primitive that will be introduced later, but is relevant to one of our bounties, which I'll just introduce. So the first bounty, it's on user experience. So basically, even normal wallets are sometimes cumbersome to use. ZK-related wallets are even worse because there is a lot of secrets generated that users need to remember. So good management of user-owned secrets definitely is something that that requires some work, perhaps social recovery for like ZK kind of wallets, or perhaps just integration with a wallet of your choice of this kind of a Shielder primitive. Second thing is speed bounty or performance bounty. So like this one is pretty obvious, make the Shielder faster. There are several ideas here. For example, it would be very nice to see someone implementing Poseidon 2 hash function, which is supposed to be faster than the previous one by a factor of 2. Replace the Merkle keys with KZG commitments, as in CMA calc. You can find it in our documentation. or optimize the current circuits that we use. And the third bounty, it's somewhat loosely defined. So here, basically, we are interested in any kind of cryptographic applications. The specific thing we are interested in is designs which are based on trusted third party, which is doing very limited amount of computation. That's because our entire idea is to replace this party with multi-party computation. So, so it will be actually computed in private, but multi-party computation is very limited when it comes to computational capabilities. So, yeah, something like several multiplications per user action is probably the limit of what can be done here. Guard the shielder against malicious usage, meaning money laundering. So things like proof of innocence kind of designs, for example, or hard coding some kind of ID system into the shielder. This would be definitely very interesting for us. And well, basically any kind of cool ZK use case that you can find, yeah, would fit that bounty as well. Thank you.
Cool, thank you. All right. I hope the ideas are percolating with all of these cool bounties. All right, I want to invite Orest to the stage. I don't know if I said your name right, I'm so sorry. And I'll just actually get your slides set up as well. I don't know if you want to take it. Oh, actually, I'll give you this clicker.
Which button? Next.
Yes. So yeah, Scroll is a based sponsor, but also is offering a bounty. So let us know what it is.
Yeah, I'm here with Scroll, and we have indeed 5 more Scroll team members for any hacking needs that might come up. We are a ZK EVM, and we are a ZK rollup in the meaning of a non-ZK ZK rollup. We have all those term issues in the crypto world, wherein a ZK rollup doesn't actually take advantage of the ZK bit. It's just a succinctness thing that we use to scale Ethereum, and we try to do that in a possibly general purpose way. And so to this end, Vitalik came up with this diagram like almost half a year ago now already. And to this date, it classifies several teams' work, including ours, wrongly. And we're actually a type 2.5 ZK EVM, by which we mean that you basically get to reuse your tooling, reuse your debugger, etc., because it's a bytecode level compatible rollup. But certain elements, such as the gas calculation, are different. Now, the very idea behind the ZK EVM of type 2.5, as complex as it might sound, is that we'd like to make your hackers, developers, experience boring. This is our new motto, make DevX boring. And by that we mean if you've used Ethereum in the past, you are familiar with all sorts of tools such as Hardhat, Foundry, etc. You've used, you are used to being able to exchange the RPC endpoint and click redeploy and the thing just works. That's something that we are trying to accomplish in the ZK rollup world with the succinctness element to it. And so all of this is actually still possible while keeping some sort of feasible performance. And so to that end, we are trying to convince people to experience the boringness of our DevX for yourselves. And so we have 4 prizes for a total of $5,000. I think we can also support USDT, not just USDC, as some other people here. Feel free to scan this QR code. It will bring you to all sorts of details on our summary page. And feel free to hit up any of the 5, 6 people wearing this logo on the t-shirts around here, or myself. We also have a small booth area downstairs. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So for this hackathon, yeah, Scroll won't be doing a workshop, but will be around, so they should come find you if they want to do one of these bounties. Oh, okay. We are now on almost the last slide. So, sorry. I want to tell you a little bit about the general competition. So as you know, as now we've heard from the different teams who are offering bounties, you can kind of see some bounties are very, very tech stack specific. But if you do a more general project, as mentioned, it will be included in the overall competition. Or if you just do pure ZK and use tools that maybe aren't some of our partners, then that will also be here. So we will have a set of judges judging on Sunday. We will be awarding prizes to the top 3 projects. And we're also going to be trying to do a Hacker's Choice prize via the DevFolio platform, and we'll see if it works. But we kind of want to see if we can get the audience to actually vote on their favorite as well, potentially from like a batch of runner-ups. But yeah, it's all an experiment. I want to finish with a short list of ideas that I very quickly put together. So like a few weeks ago, Kobe, who, as mentioned, unfortunately is not here, but is one of the like main co-creators of ZK Hack, he and I did a Twitter Spaces, and he also prepared like a list of some very tangible project ideas. I just shared that in the Discord like today, and I think I pinned it somewhere, project ideas. So if you want to find out more details, that would be a good thing to check out. But I just was trying to think of like just general categories that maybe you want to think about. You can see it's a lot of like ZK and ID, or ZK ID, ZK and content, ZK and ML, ZK and games. I think if you want to just build ZK tooling, that is very appreciated at this hackathon because, as we know, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier in this presentation, but like we wanted to do this hackathon 2 years ago, and we were like, yeah, let's just do it. And then we looked around, and the tools were just completely not ready, and we are just getting to the point where they are. So if you want to contribute to tooling, that's also a great idea, a great project to do here. There's ZK and DeFi and MEV. Just recently, I released an episode looking at ZK and auctions for MEV stuff. So that might be an interesting place to explore. When it comes to ZK ML, I wondered if anyone in the audience had seen zkpod.ai. Do you guys know what that is? Okay, there's a few people. So this is like, you can ask it a question and it answers in my voice things I would never be able to answer. Like, I interview really smart people, but I am not the collection of that information. But this AI is, so it exists. It's not really ZK, but it made me think of, when I heard it, it was like exciting and also shocking. I wrote like a little post about it. But one of the things that I was left with was like, we can do things like use ZKPs to like show the provenance of content all the way through. So like if we could somehow find a way to add it like an attested sensor into this microphone, and then my voice was like edited through something, you'd know it was like really me. This is like an idea that, yeah, I'm just putting out there because if anyone wants to build in that direction, I want that tool, and it is ZK. Anyway, okay, yeah. Other things, if you find bugs in existing ZK tools, if you want to do the games, I know there's a lot of projects experimenting with this, and I'm just checking the time because I feel in the room this like desire to go start building. Is this correct? Are you guys ready? Or are you hungry first? Are you hungry and you want to build? Is this true? Yes? Clap if true. Okay. Because this is the end of the presentation. This is the end of the intro. So yeah, thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for hacking. I can't wait to see what you're going to be building. Oh yeah, I think I actually wanted to leave that slide up here just generally. And as mentioned, we're going to be sharing a lot of links and resources and information in the Discord pretty much right now. I think actually any of the partners, it would be great if you could add your links to the bounty chat so that people can find them. Yeah, and then I guess we'll see you around. Oh, wait, is there a question? Sorry? What's that? Like what you'd have to install before you start. So there is actually I wonder where, I think it's in the announcement chat in the Lisbon category, where like we actually did collect a lot of the links from different teams, but actually, to the teams. If there are links that maybe weren't included in that list, this was something we prepared about like a week and a half ago. So yeah, if there's like more, anything some people should be downloading, preparing, libraries they should be aware of, installations they should do before your workshop, I think that's a great idea. So we'll create something to help that out. Okay. All right, let's go eat, build teams, build cool ZK things. See you soon.